Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of F1 2004 Career Mode game season on the PS2. So next up we've got Magny-Cours, the French Grand Prix, where I think the French Grand Prix should be held. An interesting track, I think, a very challenging one. So time for the race here today, and I think I start in 20th place after getting penalties in qualifying, which unfortunately, wasn't great. No, actually, this wasn't the race I was thinking of, sorry. 16th place, big result for us. That's one of our best qualifying results of the season. As the lights go out, and away we go. We immediately lose a position for Alonso, who starts... He started 17th, and we're going to get past some cars into turn 1. They do their usual trick of just, hitting the brake for a lot and just not accelerating. So that's a nice opportunity for us to gain a couple of positions. But, whoa, that Jaguar swiping across the middle of the track. That was Mark Webber. He was angry. I think he was the only retirement from the last Grand Prix, so he's not going to be especially happy about that. The Jaguar team letting him down there. But as we go into the hairpin, we get launched by two guys there. I think it's Portero and Massa. And Bruni also tried to go for it, so we're down to 13th place, losing a couple of those maybe illegitimate overtakes we got early on in this race. But a great run through the chicane, looking down the inside of Massa. Not going to quite work out there, but then there's a bottleneck ahead. Everyone's slowing up. Are we going to be able to get past Felipe and then run up to the next corner? I don't think so. This is a bit of a quicker chicane here. We're looking, but everyone's just slowing up. I didn't want to cause carnage on the first lap of the race. Maybe a bit later on, but not right now at least. It's run a bit wide, but thankfully nobody is there to capitalise on my mistake there. So 13th place lap 1, I guess we'll take it, starting from 17th or whatever it was. Nonetheless, we do eventually get past Felipe Massa a little bit later on, and we're looking to the hairpin as a possible overtaking opportunity to finally get back past the Jordan who launched us on lap 1. We're going to do what he did to us on the first lap of the race and get down the inside and try and not take out Webber, but it kind of backfires as we lose the position to Portero once again. So absolutely fuming that we lost that position after getting it quite nicely, cleanly done there. But if I'd just braked a bit later, I would have got it. But through the fast chicane, we're much quicker than the AI through there. We get the overtake, but he's not happy. He shunts me into the next corner and we run side by side, but eventually I get the exit corner speed better than him and we get past him. And now let's just run away from him and not have to deal with him again. So we're in 11th position. We've got Mark Webber in front of us. We nearly took him out a couple of laps ago into the hairpin, and we're going to do the same again. To be fair, he's braking a lot later than I am. As we go through the hairpin, we're struggling a little bit with that turn in, not really having quite enough of steering angle through there, unfortunately. But we're going to this fast chicane. If we get off the grass, that is. We get through here much quicker than the AI. As I've been mentioning before, high downforce parts of the track, we do definitely get past the AI, at least the faster bits. And Webber's just slow on the exit of this corner. We sort of just drive around the outside of him there. Not sure if he missed a gear or something, or it was just an AI mistake. I don't know. But we get past him with relative ease and get ourselves into the top 10. And, only a couple of positions, that is, away from points, which I definitely take. As we get launched once again by Mark Webber. He's overtaken a couple of people, actually, to be fair. And he's got himself up to 11th. So he's doing a decent job. And he was trying to get the move back on me, but I wasn't going to let that be the case because I'm really looking at points. I'm not looking at losing any positions here. And I don't know what happened to Panis here. He's very slow on the exit once again, so maybe the AI are just slow through here. And, we're running side by side. I want to assure we both get through this next corner, but I know I'm slightly ahead. I'm a little bit later on the brakes, and I think Panis possibly backed off a tad and lets us through, or maybe not. I'm not too sure, but no contact was made with my teammate, which is a good thing. But we're both out of the points, which is not good for Toyota. And I think the 4th place we currently hold in the Constructors might be going in the bin after this race, because neither of us in the points, none of us looking especially fast. It's a little bit worrying. But into the hairpin once again. We're getting speed towards the end of the straight to catch up to the cars in front. But there's a mistake there from Fisichella in his Sauber. We get past him. The only reason we got past him is because he was so slow on the exit. I think he ran quite significantly off the track, throwing up a lot of dirt and grass. We get past him. Nice. And the next person on our list is Christian Kleum, as we go a couple of laps later to exactly the same place, and he's slow on the exit once again. So that's definitely a hot spot for AI being slow. At least I know that going forward, but there's quite a big gap in front of me to Jenson Button. way over 4 seconds. We're going to struggle to close that down. Even though we have, got half the race remaining, I don't know whether we're going to be able to catch up to JB in that Honda. We just don't have that pure pace around here. We've been lucky to gain a few positions, but I don't think it's going to be any more than this. 7th place, though, after starting down the back of the grid, would be good. Always nice to get some points, and you can see they're losing a couple of attempts in that final sector to Jensen. But not sure what was happening here, as we were losing a significant amount of time in a straight line to Christian Clean. He was coming on the attack to us, but he doesn't quite manage to get us into the hairpin, and we keep our 7th position for now. But Christian is definitely closing up in that green Jaguar. It's a shame, because that livery I didn't think was too bad. It's a big shame for them not to be in Formula 1, or not to have been in Formula 1 for longer, but I guess they evolved into a good team, obviously, with Red Bull Racing. So unfortunately the second half of this race wasn't especially amazing. You can see I'm just sort of losing a few tenths each lap to Jensen Button in front. He's nearly 6 seconds in front of me now. Couldn't really do much more on my lap time. I did get a bit quicker. You can see I was down to a 14.7, but you saw there, just making a couple of mistakes here and there. It wasn't the prettiest of races in terms of that, but if I bring home points, I bring home points, and that's good for the team and good for the championship. You can see I put in another 14 there, a little bit slower than my previous lap, and to be fair, we are closing on Jensen here. These last couple of laps obviously have been a bit quicker, and I say it's all over, but, you know, could we catch Jensen last lap of this race? I think he's a little bit too far away, but if we set another fastest lap of the race for us, who knows if the AO makes a mistake or there's another retirement, we might be able to get 6th place in this race. Half a second gained in that first sector. Considering that probably is our best sector, don't think that's looking too likely. But we got that gap down. It was about 6 seconds at one point. You can see I'm really just pushing the track limits, maybe taking a little bit for granted on the green tarmac to get over the curbs and gain a bit more lap time. But he's very slow out there. He's lost a lot of time, actually, to be fair. How much is it now? 1.5. Wow, he lost 2 seconds in that sector. Something must have went wrong there for him to have lost so much time. We're over 9 seconds ahead of Clean as well. So this has been a mega last couple of laps here to pull away from him by that amount. Last couple of corners, though, it's not going to be enough to take anything other than 7th place. But as we come across the line, it is a new fastest lap of the race for myself, and probably fastest lap in the race in general. Maybe not. Michael Schumacher and Ralf Schumacher were quick at the front of the field. There we are. Not particularly good for myself if we look at the championship in a second, but good for the Schumachers. They both got some points, and Rubens maybe will start feeling the pressure, only 6 points ahead now of his teammate Michael. We're in 6th, so that's not too bad, but you'll see next time what happens. Home Grand Prix in Britain. Goodbye.